It's a big deal whenever you appear on a sitcom, obviously. What about Michelle Nader's vision for shifting gears really got you interested and on board with this?
Yeah, that is exactly right. When I heard there was interest, I, of course, I thought, well, Tim's so great. I mean, he's so good at what he does, and getting to work with him in this capacity, it just deepens my appreciation of what he brings to comedy and to the sitcom format. But before joining, I had a long conversation with Michelle Nader, the showrunner, who was a writer on Dharma and Greg. So I've known her forever. And just hearing what her thought was on bringing back the sitcom, how it should be done, what her goal is with it, and then for this character, how she wanted to show what a strong woman actually really looks like. And it doesn't always mean this, I don't know how it's been done sometimes. And it was like, I just loved it. I really understood what she wanted to do with the character, and I loved it, and I agree with it, and it feels like it's in me that way. And so it all just felt right, just each step of the way just felt like it all made sense, and I was happy to come do it.
Yeah, what's fun about the show is so many of the characters have very strong personalities, and we see that with your character as well. And you and Tim Allen just get into some really fun arguments. How is it just going back and forth with him, especially how petty it gets and how small that the core disagreement is? They're really fun scenes. So how's it like following that ball back and forth with Tim? Because it's really fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you appreciate it and like it. I love it. Like, I get so excited when we have a scene together. We filmed the final episode of the season last night, and I loved our scenes together. They are so fun. I get like kind of giddy. Like, I can't wait to go be in the moment with him. And it took, like, I did 3 episodes this season, and it took me a few episodes to go, okay, what is the DNA of the humor of this show, the writing, how they have the jokes come out, how each character kind of and actor delivers their own rhythm, their own comedic rhythm. And so by the 3rd episode, I really feel like, okay, this is like really cool. Like, having the opportunity to do enough scenes with Tim now, I see where the parameters are of timing and where he likes to play. It's just like getting to know you as a dance partner and getting to know the style of your dance partner and where your dance partner carries themselves and their rhythm. And so that's it's super enjoyable. Like, I love acting with Tim. And every time we do a scene, I just go like, oh my God, this is like so fun. And I get so excited, which is a really good feeling. I haven't had that feeling in a long time, and I didn't know if it was possible to have in sitcom again. It's really hard to do sitcoms well. And this show, the writing, the actors know when to land on a sincere aspect of like the heartwarming, true communication between family members, and where the jokes are and where to make fun of ourselves as human beings. So I feel like it really finds this perfect balance of that.
Yeah, I think that balance is why this show is really hit with fans so well. And you mentioned dancing. Your character runs a dance studio in this, which is quite fitting for you. You have a dancing background. How great was it getting to represent that love of dancing within the show?
It was awesome to be able to bring I was a professional dancer and a classically trained ballerina and jazz dancer. And so to bring my first art form and accomplishment in my life into my next accomplishment of doing comedy on multicam and bring them together felt really special. And also to see like great dancing, just like something good, you know, on a sitcom, it just all felt right. Like, it all just feels good. It just genuinely feels great. And so it was a little mini celebration in my heart to get to do that, genuinely.
We get to see you dance as well. Is that like riding a bike for you, or did it take a bit to get back in the saddle? It's an incredible scene.
You know, Thank you. My body is different now than when I was a professional dancer at 19. 20, 18, 17. I'm 53, so like yeah, it felt different. But it is like riding a bike because, you know, I spent so many hours dancing my whole life since I was 5 years old. The muscle memory and the expression point of dance, it doesn't ever leave you when you're that accomplished as a dancer. It's always part of you. So it felt really great. I loved it. I could spend hours in a dance studio. Like the choreographer and I, you know, we did that first episode during the LA fires, and so the schedule was a little bit unpredictable due to the circumstances going on in Los Angeles. And so the choreographer for the episode, Denise, and I, we just went to the dance studio and spent like 3 hours a day dancing and just forming what is Eve's choreography, what is her motion. And I honestly could stay in a dance studio dancing for 6 hours a day. Like, it was so fun.
And my last question for you, it just feels so right seeing you within the sitcom space. And Dharma and Greg is still so beloved. And the cameo in Two and a Half Men was so well received and a hilarious spin on those characters. Is there any interest in you playing Dharma Montgomery again in the future, via like a reunion special or a revival?
Yeah, I'm never against that. It just has to feel as fun and true to what the show was originally. You know, I would I've never been against anything like that. But it does have to feel right because to me it's so iconic and so wonderful, and it's in such a place in all of our hearts. It would have to feel along that same wavelength, you know.